As you go the way of life you will see a great chasm. Jump. It is not as wide as you think. Great Spirit, grant that I may not criticize my neighbor until I have walked a mile in his moccasins. Regard heaven as your father, earth as your mother, and all things as your brothers and sisters. The words of God are not like the oak leaf which dies and falls to the earth, but like the pine tree which stays green forever. Treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents, it was loaned to you by your children. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. When the last tree has been cut down, the last river has been polluted, and the last fish has been caught, only then do you realize that money can't buy everything. It makes no difference as to the name of the God, since love is the real God of all the world. I was born on the prairies where the wind blew free and there was nothing to break the light of the sun. I was born where there were no enclosures. I was no chief and never had been, but because I had been more deeply wronged than others, this honor was conferred upon me, and I resolved to prove worthy of the trust. I was warmed by the sun, rocked by the winds, and sheltered by the trees as other Indian babes. I was living peaceably when people began to speak bad of me. Now I can eat well, sleep well, and be glad. I can go everywhere with a good feeling. Skin color makes no difference. My skin is red, but my grandfather was a white man. But why should that matter? It is not the color of the skin that makes me good or bad. What is life? It is the flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is the little shadow which runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset. When the white man discovered this country, Indians were running it. No taxes, no debt, women did all the work. White man thought he could improve on a system like this. When you were born, you cried and the world rejoiced. Live your life so that when you die, the world cries and you rejoice. It may be that one little root of the sacred tree still lives. Nourish it, then, that it may leaf and bloom, and fill with singing birds. Only when the last tree has withered, and the last fish caught, and the last river been poisoned, will we realize we cannot eat money. The elders say, the longest road you're going to have to walk is from here to here. From your head to your heart. But they also say you can't speak to the people as a leader unless you've made the return journey. From the heart back to the head. If two different bowls both get the job done, then what difference does it make if one bowl is dark and the other is pale? Like the spider, we must return again to rebuild webs by bringing together threads of our lives, uniting them to divine center within. Remember who you really are, trust yourself, and open your eyes to the beauty of a new earth unfolding before you as we breathe. A nation is not conquered until the hearts of its women are on the ground. Then it is finished, no matter how brave its warriors or how strong their weapons. See how the boy is with his sister and the other ones of his home lodge, and you can know how the man will be with your daughter. Grown men can learn from very little children, for the hearts of little children are pure. Therefore, the Great Spirit may show them many things that older people miss. For what is one man that he should make much of his own winters, even when they bend him like a heavy snow? So many other men have lived, and shall live that story, to be grass upon the hills. I have been to the end of the earth, I have been to the end of the waters, I have been to the end of the sky, I have been to the end of the mountains, I have found none that are not my friends. Thoughts are like arrows, once released, they strike their mark. Guard them well, or one day you may be your own victim. You might as well expect the rivers to run backward than to believe that any man who was born free should be contented to be penned up and denied liberty to go where he pleases. The Indians in their simplicity give away all they have, above all to the poor and the aged, from whom they can hope for no return. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Walk beside me that we may be as one. The sky and the strong wind have moved the spirit inside me till I am carried away trembling with joy. Don't allow yesterday to spend up too much of today. When a man moves away from nature, his heart becomes hard. It is not a man who has little but he who desires more that is poor. Those who have 1 foot in the canoe, and 1 foot in the boat, are going to fall into the river. The more you ask how far you need to go, the longer your journey seems.